Standing By, the Terry and Ted podcast is brought to you by the UPS Store Canada, now with over 400 locations across Canada.
The Standing By podcast for Wednesday, December the 10th. Hi, I'm Terry DeMonte. That's Ted Bird. Hello, Ted Bird.
Hello, Terry DeMonte. You didn't get the flannel checked shirt memo this week?
Didn't. You know, and I reached for it today, too. I picked up a couple of new shirts at MH Grover when we were in Verdun.
Nice.
A couple of weeks ago, and it's hanging on the hanger where I left it this morning, and I looked at it and I thought, I should wear that, and then left the house.
Well, I wore check. I guess this is check day, but it's not. It's plaid.
Yeah, it's
not flannel.
No, it's quite nice, actually.
Well, thank you very much.
Very nice.
It's. I got a good deal on this. I used to never buy a shirt unless it was 100% cotton or linen.
Yes.
And now I buy it if it's cheap. What's it made of? Bamboo. I'll take it.
What's that noise? Clackety, clack, 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 clackety, clack, clack.
That's Ted putting on his shirt.
We're happy to bring you the podcast again this week. And, of course, it's brought to you by our good friends, our title sponsors at the UPS Store. I got this really nice note this week from Paula Phelan. Scotty from Chris and Scotty from I'm going to say Auto Audio.
La Boutique Electronique.
Yeah, that goes back 1,000 years. Anyway, Paula, Scotty's wife, sent me a note saying, I've been meaning to write every time we listen to the podcast. This past summer, Scott and I moved into an apartment. We love apartment life when we're not up north. Here's the story. We order stuff to be delivered here, and the only company who fulfills the delivery properly is the UPS people. Either they put it in the lockbox, or even better, they deliver it right to our door. Many parcels are flung on the floor in the package room, but never from UPS. I guess that's why David Drucker is such a success. He did start out working with Chris and Scott all those years ago at Auto Audio. And Paula wanted to give the podcast a shout out and a tip of the cap to UPS.
Thank you, Paula.
The UPS stores are everywhere. There's over 400 locations all across the country. And when I went into the UPS store up in Saint Sever last week and had a visit with Saul because I was sending some bagels to Toronto, yep, you can do that. I was reminded of all the great things that are in a UPS store, the mailboxes, the packing tape, the boxes you can buy, the packing peanuts, the labels, the pens, anything that you need to solve a business problem or a shipping problem, the UPS store has got your back. You go to the upsstore.ca, find a location near you, and remember, right up until the end of December, it's 30% off ground shipping if, like Ted, you're a little hesitant about the post office.
I sent my daughter Lauren a Christmas card. She lives in Paris. I sent it via UPS. I went to the UPS store in the island of Parrots and gave it to Jason Liverman. And Lauren texted me 2 days later and said, got it.
There you go.
Yep.
All the way across the pond. The upsstore.ca. Find a location for sure. There's one just within the sound of my voice, as I like to say. We want to thank John Bartlett. Last week's guest, Hockey Night in Canada heavyweight, wanted to be on the podcast, and we wanted to have him on the podcast.
He actually texted me and said,
"That's great.
I'm going to be in town first week of December. Yeah. Can I come on your podcast?" He actually flew in a day early.
Yeah. We were really impressed with that, and we really loved having him.
He's a great guy.
And I want to just reiterate, I've said before, when you and I don't have a guest, we're guest free today. It's just you and I knocking around. When we don't have a guest, I think we're a little looser because, we don't have to watch our manners. We don't have to entertain.
It's like when you have company at the house, right? Yeah. It's a different sort of vibe.
Yeah. John was just so complimentary and so kind. And it was just really, really great having him. Because John came in, we forgot to do the tweet sheet.
We forgot to do a lot.
Yeah, we forgot to do a lot last week. So we're going to make up for it this week. And just before we move forward, I want to say thanks to JDM Stewart, the man that we had in who wrote the book about the Prime Ministers. former teacher at Selwyn House, wrote this amazing book about the prime ministers of Canada. He tweeted this week, the Standing By podcast is a great Montreal flavor bomb. I liked that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was on the podcast a few weeks ago. His episode is up and available. We talked about his book, and his book is having great success, which is really a tip of the cap to him because, it's about prime ministers, but it's so beautifully written and so well put together. Anyway, thanks to JDM Stewart for that nice compliment. We appreciate that. And somebody asked me this week, how big our production crew was.
He's right there. His name is Mano.
Yeah, that's it. Between Mano and my wife, Jess, that's it. And
there's Sam, too. My son Sam does our promos.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sam. And I just wanted to say that we record this and it's live to tape. Like, we don't edit, we don't add music, we don't... It ain't slick. It ain't slick. That's been our motto since our days in radio, I think.
Yeah. They ain't slick.
As a program director once said to me, I don't get you guys.
But it works.
It seems to work. But it seems to work.
God love him, eh?
Yeah.
Pat Holliday.
Yeah,
that's what made him a great program director.
Yeah. He's a giant in the business, Pat Holliday.
If he saw that your strengths were, even if he saw that your strengths were not necessarily what conventional in his mind.
Yeah.
If it was working, he let you run with it.
Yeah. What a great guy. Great guy. Brilliant radio mind, too, who's out of it now. We should say hi to the folks at the Toy Tea, because that was really something.
It was. Ginger Petty, who's a friend of the podcast, organizes the annual Toy Tea, I think 34 years now.
Wow.
Where they collect toys for children who are living with their mothers in shelters, because the mothers are fleeing domestic violence. And they met their goal and then some this year. I think they were looking for 2,000 toys, and Ginger told me they got 3,100.
Yeah. I was stunned by the numbers. It's over 30 shelters that get those toys.
Yeah.
That's a staggering amount of shelters that have to shelter women from domestic violence. It's a really sad story. But Ginger and Laura and all the people involved in the Toy Tea do such an amazing job in such a stellar location. It's a historic building that we're not allowed to mention.
Yeah, it's a Montreal private club, and they guard their privacy.
Yeah.
And they ask that we not mention the location, but you might be able to guess what it is if you know the private clubs downtown.
So much
history. You could probably
in
narrow it down.
Yeah. So much history in it. Can we have your old man story?
My old man story. See, now I don't remember it now.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, there was a good old man bird story the other day. What the hell was it?
You said,
it had something.
Don't forget to ask me about my old man story.
What was it? It
was a real old man moment.
Oh, yeah. I forget where I was going.
This is great.
I parked the car. And I opened the door and I started to get out of the car and God damn it, the seatbelt's still fastened. And so I started to try to look for the buckle to unfasten the seatbelt and I couldn't find it. Where is that goddamn? And then I realized I was looking on the wrong side for the buckle. I was looking on the left. It's in the middle, right? In the console on the right. Where's that? Oh, yeah, it's over here. And then I got it unbuckled, and then I got out of the car, and there was I did something else at the same time. Anyway, I just remember saying to myself, if anybody's watching me, they're going, look at that stupid old bastard. What is he doing out in public without his caretaker?
You know what my new favorite is? Have you ever got into the back seat of a car in the last couple of years and tried to do up the seatbelt?
No.
Yeah, hang on. Just hold on. Yeah, it's here. I think it's this one. Hang on. Wait a minute. Because they're all jammed into the back seat. You get in an Uber.
Yeah.
And the guy is saying, the Uber driver is saying, what's in ceinture, monsieur? Wait, damn it. C'est low. And digging around in the back seat looking to try and clip the seatbelt. Yeah,
Isn't that funny? I don't remember that story in all of its detail, and that's that's an old man story in and of itself.
It was a nice family picture you posted on social media this week.
Yeah, I was at B&M with 3 of the 4. Lauren, of course, is in Paris, so she wasn't there. But Sam and Charlie and Allie and Sam's girlfriend Shamim from Toronto, we all went out for breakfast on Sunday at B&M in NDG. And Natalie was our waitress. She says hi. And she brought one of the other waitresses over to say hello. And the other waitress says, "Oh, yeah, I used to listen to you and what's his name all the time." And I said, "Well, I'll tell what's his name that you say hello."
Tell her thank you very much.
So I don't remember her name, though, so turnabout is fair play.
Excuse me. There you go. That was a nice picture of you and the kids. How did you corral the kids to do that? And for an early morning, it was early morning, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it was late morning.
Okay.
Yeah, late morning on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam was in town?
Sam was in town, yeah.
Taking time from his busy schedule.
And I just told him, I said, make sure Allie and Charlie both come.
Yeah.
So he took care of it.
Nicely done, Sam. Yeah, Sam is quickly amassing a career and fame and fortune in Toronto.
Well, he doesn't have fame and fortune yet, but
he's
he's got his foot in the door at CBC, and some real heavyweights are grooming him for bigger and better things. I heard a great story about him at the Toy Tea. A lady came up to me and said, we used to see each other at the Baie-D'Urfé pool when the kids were little, and she said a few years ago, after a funeral, we went to Duke and Divine's, where Sam was a waiter and a bartender. And I don't remember if her mother had died or her husband's mother had died, but it was a very, very close, intimate family relation who had passed away. And they were having a real tough time. They were just coming from the funeral. And so they went for a bite at Duke and Divine's, and they said Sam was their waiter, and he talked to them and listened to what they had to say about the struggles they were going through on that particular day. And then when it came time for the bill, Sam said, "Don't worry about it. I got it."
Oh.
And I called him that the night she told me that story, Friday night, I called him and I said, "Do you remember that?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Did you tell anybody about that?" And he said, "No." And that's the way good deeds are supposed to be done. I remember early in recovery in AA, my sponsor said to me, "Do something nice for somebody every day and don't tell anyone."
Right.
And I had to be taught that. Sam knew it intuitively.
Yeah.
He was like, "Well, why would I tell anyone?" Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a nice story.
Yeah, it is a nice story. He's a classy kid.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not a kid. He's a grown-ass man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the glue, that one.
Yeah. At the Toy Tea, by the way, before I forget, I thought this was a pretty cool story. You hosted in the morning, I hosted in the afternoon, and in the afternoon, I was approached by a very nice woman and her husband, and they told me, we're in from Denver, Colorado.
Yeah.
We listened to the podcast, and we listened to you when you guys were on the radio. And we decided, Anne said to her husband, Paul, she said, "We're going to be in town. We're going. We're buying tickets and we're going. We're going to support that charity and we're going to say hi to Terry and Ted." I don't think they got to meet you.
Yeah, I'm sorry I missed them.
She sent me a nice note saying, what a wonderful charity for the kids in Montreal who are less fortunate. And it was great meeting up with Penny and also Terry. We'll see you all again next year. Anne and Paul from Denver, Colorado. Anne is a former Montrealer who ended up in Colorado with Paul. It was a nice story, and I won't go on and on about it and talk about personal things, but how about that? The podcast drew listeners from Denver, Colorado to the Toy Tea. I thought that was pretty nice.
Fantastic.
We should say, I guess we should say happy anniversary to CJAD. That's a big Montreal moment. The folks at CJAD celebrated their 80th anniversary. John Arthur DuPont, that's where the letters come from on CJAD. And they had a bit of a whoop-de-doo this past week. Actually, yesterday, I think, as we're recording this. If I got that right?
I'm not sure. I just know it was very shitty of them not to invite you. You were a morning man on CJAD for 3 years. You succeeded George Balkan. And to me, it would be a no-brainer that they would invite you. But, and I don't have any problem saying this because I burned the bridge a long time ago, the asshole who runs that radio station now is a vindictive little corporate suckhole weasel. And that's why you weren't invited. And you weren't the only one. There are a number of people who worked at that radio station for decades who weren't invited. And I understand they couldn't invite everybody, but I thought, I thought it was particularly egregious that you were not invited as a former CJAD morning man and as probably the most prominent living radio broadcaster in the city. But again, it goes back to that one miserable motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't know that to be true, but I'm assuming that's the case because
he runs the place.
Yeah, I don't for whatever reason I don't know why I don't think I'm welcome in that building anymore.
Yeah, well, I know I'm not, but I think I might have exchanged 2 words with him in my life. Like he took over that building long after I was gone. But I know that we've asked multiple people who work there if they want to come on the podcast, and he won't let them.
Yeah.
So you know what? Fuck you, pal.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I don't. I thought about it. Ted put a nice post on his Facebook page, and I posted a picture of me and George because it was a seminal moment for me as.
Well, of course.
As a radio guy.
And a Montrealer.
Yeah. For people who don't remember, George Balkan was, to say that he was a giant that's an understatement. And when Rob Braid said to me, I think you should follow George Balkan, my initial reaction was, are you out of your mind? And I gathered up the courage and with George's help and Rob's help, decided to follow George, and I think I handled it fairly well.
You handled it very well.
Thank you very much. And I consider that's a sort of a part of the history of the radio station. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that organizations who are classy do is they acknowledge their history. They're not afraid to acknowledge their history.
Yeah.
American broadcasters do it. I was telling you last night, ABC Good Morning America celebrated a big anniversary, and they went and found their old hosts and had them on for the morning. That's kind of acknowledging your history.
And I'm sure there were probably personality conflicts that had to be set aside or politics that had to be set aside.
Yeah, that's called class.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, there are still people at CJAD who I like personally and respect professionally, but it's a shame that one despicable excuse for a human being calls the shots there. But that's it's just the direction that the industry has taken. That guy doesn't know the first thing about broadcasting. He doesn't have a clue. He is a talentless corporate suckhole. He's got his head so far up his headquarters ass, all you can see are his feet.
I don't know if you're probably right because everything comes from the top. I don't know why nobody asked me, and I'm not crying. I wasn't hurt, but it was like, oh, that's odd.
Yeah,
that's kind of odd.
Yeah.
And as Jess and I were talking about last night, when Shom had his 50th anniversary. That was a big party. I don't know if you remember it, but
I didn't get invited to that.
You didn't get invited to that?
No.
Because I was going to say they dug deep. They went all the way back to Doug Pringle and hunted people far and wide. And I think I know why you probably were.
Well, I burned the bridge.
You said that in a letter this week to somebody, eh? What was your quote? You said, I don't recommend it. What did you say? I left all the money on the table and told them to go fuck themselves.
Yeah. It was the greatest 5 seconds of my life. Yeah, the subsequent 15 years have really sucked, but that 5 seconds was great. Yeah, you know what? Fuck you. Uh-oh.
Nothing to do now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was reading one of your replies to one of our listeners.
Yeah.
And you were explaining, You said, I used the flamethrower at that bridge, and forgot about the consequences. Don't recommend it.
No, not recommended at all. Yeah, but
Yeah.
you know what? That as much as it was rash and spur of the moment, that decision led me down other avenues of life that I'm glad I went down.
Yeah.
It led me over to Ganawage, where I've met a lot of friends who I still have today. It just, you make the best of every situation and try to learn the lessons of the past. But nonetheless, fuck them.
I just think, like I said, I think organizations that understand class are organizations.
They demonstrate it.
Yeah, they demonstrate it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and the ones who have no class and the individuals who have no class demonstrate that as well.
Anyway, that's happy birthday to CJAD.
With a tiny asterisk.
It's CJAD is, and I think for the next little while anyway, will always be a big deal in the English community in Montreal. And I was proud that I had the chapter that I had there. And not being invited to a party doesn't diminish that. And I'll take the high road. Happy birthday.
I'll take the low road for you.
I'll take the low road.
That's what I'm here for.
You know who I want to wish well is the new mayor. I was reading about the new mayor this week. And I just, you haven't heard much about her. And I think that's because she's already getting stuff done. And she sent out a note. I was reading in the Gazette yesterday. She sent out a note to the people on her staff. And I'm paraphrasing because I don't have it in front of me. But what she basically said to the staff was, our job is to serve Montrealers. And here's what I want you to do. And she's attacking homelessness. She's, rethinking some bike paths. In other words, she's doing the job that a mayor should do. And so far, I think she's pretty impressive. And I just wanted to mention
Is she officially in office?
Yes, she's officially in office, and she's already getting the job done. The other thing I was reading about yesterday was the corner of Peel and St. Catherine. I wonder why we don't say St. Catherine and Peel, or is that just me?
No, I say Peel and St. Catherine.
I think most people say Peel and St. Catherine
instead
of St. Catherine and Peel. I don't know why that is. Anyway, that of course is always been the crossroads of downtown Montreal, and the building at that corner on the northeast corner has been open or empty for a long time. And Lululemon are opening a 2-story flagship store on that corner. I don't know when. I think it's going to be early in the new year, but they've got one at the corner of Yonge and Bloor in Toronto, crossroads of Toronto.
Yeah.
And same thing in Vancouver, and they have targeted that real estate at the corner. So that's a little bit of good news for Montreal.
What was in there before?
Well, I think
remember?
I think years ago that wasn't that where the old HMV store was. I think so.
Yeah,
at that
possibly.
corner. Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Big news.
Yeah, that is big news.
Yeah, I thought that was
a little bit of a sign of economic revitalization.
Yeah, I thought it was worthy of mentioning because the downtown could use some help, and I tie those two things in because I like the new mayor's approach. I never thought that mayors, and I'm not just talking about Valerie Plante, I'm talking about all mayors. I always thought that mayors, somewhere along the way, it got lost that mayors were supposed to run the city for the citizens that elected them to make sure the city's run properly. And when I say cities run properly, I'm talking about, traffic and garbage pickup and water and, all the things that you need.
City services and infrastructure.
Yeah. Excuse me, to make sure that the city runs properly. And somewhere along the way, I think a lot of mayors, not just in Montreal, but all across the country, got wrapped up in ideology.
Oh, 100%. And even more so in the U.S., I think.
Yeah.
A lot of their mayors are really wrapped up in ideology.
Yeah, and they're paying attention to things that don't affect people on a day-to-day basis. And it seems to me that the new mayor here in Montreal is taking a new approach.
Well, good. I hope you're right.
And I hope I am right. And I think, having Lululemon, I'm not a Lululemon guy, but having Lululemon, a very, very, very successful brand, at the corner of Peel and St. Catherine is going to be quite something. Speaking of Montrealers, let's talk about our pal Sugar Sammy, shall we? Has he been busy?
I brought the clip that we tried to play and couldn't play last week. I think it's going to work this week. This is from a show he did in Manchester. He is spreading his wings. He called this a test run. His shows in Manchester and London.
Yeah.
And he said it was a big success, and in 2026, he's got more things planned for England. This is from the Frog and Bucket Club.
It's so British.
In Manchester, England, and it's a crowd that was largely, if not entirely, of Indian or East Asian ethnicity, which is Sammy's ethnic background as well. So, they related to him right out of the gate, and this bit here is it's about arranged marriages and arranged dating, and it's very funny.
So how old are you? 29. Oh, no. Expired. Okay, so... Not if you're white, though. White girls, that's fine. 29's perfect. Oh, that's sweet. So you guys single, too? Look at this guy pointing him out. Look at that, like a f***ing uncle. I feel like this is an arranged marriage in the village. Look. Do it. She's gonna be 30 soon.
So there's Sammy in Manchester. He's done his England run. He'll be back in Montreal late January. Montreal and Quebec City, late January. 6 shows in Montreal, 4, I believe, in Quebec City. Some English only in Montreal. Everything else bilingual. Tickets at sugarsammy.com. That's the last you'll be able to see him locally before later on in the year in 2026, because after he's done those shows in Montreal and Quebec City, he's off on a 20-city American tour. Go to sugarsammy.com for tickets and to see more clips like the one we just watched and or heard.
Yeah, you can also follow him on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. He's his social media is very active, and so is he. I'm excited that he's excited about how it went in England.
Yeah.
Because he sent us a note saying, looks like this is going to take off for me. Yeah. So he's conquering another market.
Yeah,
so.
He's also, I should mention, because he asked us to, he's going to do another Montreal Comedy All-Stars show Labor Day weekend 2026. Yeah. He did one of those a couple of months ago, and it was a big success where he showcases local young comedians and he MCs the show.
Yeah.
And that was a big success, so there's another one in the works.
Okay. Sugarsammy.com. As always, thank you. Sugar. It makes a great Christmas gift, by the way. A couple of Sugar Sammy tickets under the tree. That's a great idea. I wanted to mention I don't know if you know this. Do you know anything about the Royal Mount skating rink? I didn't know they had a skating rink.
An indoor rink?
Don't think so.
No?
I think it's one of those indoor-outdoor things.
Okay.
I was reading about it in the main. That's another thing I want to give a shout-out to. I subscribed to The Main this week. I don't know if you know what The Main is. The Main is a Montreal-focused website that is just terrific. I guess it would be, years ago, I guess it would have been a local newspaper.
Okay.
And
like a community newspaper.
Yeah, and a culturally, restaurants and activities and entertainment and things going on in the city with a really dedicated staff and some really, really interesting articles.
Not clickbaity like MTL Blog?
Oh, no, not shit like that. This is the real McCoy. This is the Main is the kind of thing that had it been a magazine in the 1980s, I would have bought it every week. Mm-hmm. And I look at it every week and I get stories from it every week. And this week I thought, you know what? It was $50 for the year to subscribe. So I jumped on board and really encouraged them. If you love to read about Montreal and love to read about restaurants and culture, like there was a whole piece on David McMillan's new restaurant, which is on the West Island in the old, what was the burger place called? The Whoop-de-doo burger. We had a meeting there once.
That was it, Whoop-de-doo. Oh, Jukebox Burger.
Thank you very much. Whoop-de-doo Burgers. You remember them. There's a David McMillan has opened a restaurant there called Grill Nature. It's what they call a soft open, so it's open now, taking reservations, and it'll break for Christmas and then be back up and running in January. And apparently, obviously, is a really, really big hit already. Anyway, I was reading in that same website. When I came off of the article about David and Grill Nature, I found the article on Royal Mount. And I know a lot of people like to shit on Royal Mount, but I'd like to see it really go. Like, I think it's a great addition to the city. I really do. I wasn't on board at the beginning, but you and I went, a year ago? Was it a year ago? We were there?
Probably.
Almost a year ago.
We went to Lenny Leiter's place and had a burger and some creme brulee.
Yeah. And I think it's a great addition to the city. It's easy to visit. There's 4 hours free parking. There's tons of it. It's indoor parking. And a lot of people think that it's hard to access, to get into and get out of. It's not. It's really well designed, all in and around the interchange, where the Décarie meets the Met. And
you can also get to it via metro.
Yeah.
You get off at De La Savane and you walk across the top of Décarie through, you wouldn't call that a tunnel. A tunnel's more of an underground type of affair.
It's an overpass.
Right? Yeah.
An overpass.
An enclosed overpass.
Yeah. And anyway, I'd like to see it go. Instead of shitting on it and poo-pooing it, I'd like to see it go, and I hope people will go by and support it. Anyway, there's a skating rink there that I didn't know about, that I read about in the Main. This is a bad story I'm telling. On December the 13th, from 9 to 9, they're doing a drone show at the skating rink, and the skating rink is open through the holidays.
So if you want to get droned,
yep, not military drones. It's a light show.
Did you hear about the droning at Royal Mount?
Yeah. Run! No, it's a light show on the 13th with dancing and all kinds of things going on. And they say get there early. So I thought I would mention that. Like I said, people love to shit on things.
Why wouldn't you want it to go?
Yeah, I mean, we're Montrealers.
Yeah, why would you want it to fail?
Yeah, why would you want it to fail and point and go, hey, I don't understand that.
Nor do I.
Yeah. Anyway, I thought I would give that a mention. And the other thing I wanted to mention is I read again in the Main that Mumford & Sons are headlining the Lasso Country Music Fest. It was announced this week.
Oh, really?
Yep. Lasso Country Music Fest announced some of the lineup this week at Parc Jean Drapeau, August 15 and 16, and tickets go on sale Friday, December the 21st.
Yeah, just goes to show you how country crosses genres now,
Big time.
Because Mumford & Sons are not, my dog died and my truck broke down and my woman left and I'm really drunk.
Yeah.
Old school country.
Yeah. That's our take on country music.
Yeah, their truck works. So they're able to get to the dog to the vet.
Yeah.
The
Also,
woman still leaves and he's still drunk. But
yeah. Also, my guess is they could probably afford a new truck.
Yeah.
Mumford & Sons. Just buy another one. We should mention our good friends at Playground.
If you haven't been to Playground in Ganawage yet, consider New Year's Eve for your first visit. Playground is offering multiple New Year's Eve packages to dance, dine, and play your way into 2026, and your chance to become the last millionaire of 2025 or the first of 26. Details on that at playground.ca, where you can also register for your members card at no cost. It's a fast, easy, and free online process. You pick up the card at customer service when you arrive, and you are immediately eligible for all the gifts and promotions that come with being a Playground member, including specials at their 3 exceptional on-site restaurants, Etc. Steakhouse, the Drunken Dragon Japanese Restaurant, and the Rail Coal-Fired Bistro. There is big bang for your buck and a lot of fun, whether you're a serious poker player or just out for a day or an evening of fun at the poker tables and the electronic gaming machines. Playground is the strip without the trip on the 138 in Ganawage. take the full online tour at playground.ca.
And how about the restaurants? Pooey.
I haven't eaten. Yeah, I've eaten at the Rail and I've eaten at Etc. I want to go to the Drunken Dragon. They've got it's an all-you-can-eat Tuesday, $25 Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I tried to make a reservation one week, but I was too late. I want to try that out as well. It's just it's a home run all the way around.
Yeah.
It's just a great place for food and fun and entertainment. It's a terrific outing.
And this week, when just a couple of days ago, up north, it's been minus 22, minus 24. And when I went outside and my car went, I thought, oh, Christ.
Please don't try to start me. Please don't try to start. Leave me alone.
I immediately thought of the Mersons. They must be so busy with the cold weather, and the deadline for tires has passed.
Yeah, I talked to Kara this morning, and she said the tire rush is over. But, they're still busy because with the cold weather, other issues crop up. They've got a special coming in January. With an oil change, you get a free mini inspection, they call it. They'll check out your battery, your brakes, and, anything else that might go wrong over the winter months. They'll have a good close look at no cost. That comes with your oil change. And, how many times have we said it? The Mersons are good, honest people. They're not going to tell you that you need any kind of a part or service that you don't need. They might tell you if you're going to need it down the road in the not too distant future, but they're not going to hard sell you because that's not the way they do business, and that's why they're successful, because people can trust them.
And this is a reminder why you should go and see them at least once a year, because what happens is people leave it, and then the weather gets cold, and the car betrays you.
You know what's happening with me right now?
What's
I can't
that?
get my window to roll down.
Really?
My electric window is stuck because it's so friggin' cold, and I park outdoors. And I said to Kara, what do I do about that? And she says, there's not much you can do. She said, just don't force it because then you'll break the motor in the window. Yeah. She said, just find a place. I park outdoors. I don't have indoor parking where I live. She says, find a place to park indoors for a few hours and it'll thaw out. And fortunately, we have indoor parking here at the podcast.
Fun at the drive-through.
Yeah, isn't it though?
You with the open door?
Pull ahead a little bit further and open the door. But rest assured, if you do that, you're not the only one. That happens to a lot of people at this time of the year when it gets this cold as it has been the last several days.
The Mersons have been looking after Montrealers for over 50 years, most of it at the same location, just past the corner of St. Jacques and Cavendish, 487-5545. A terrific family there will look after your family and your cars.
Did you see Wayne Gretzky at the World Cup draw, getting all the country names wrong?
I did. I didn't understand. I said to Jess last night, we were just talking about it last night, Gretzky's been a public figure his whole life. Mm-hmm. I don't understand. Like when I was hosting an event about a month ago, I had like 35 or 40 names to read. And I went to the people at the event and I said, okay, there are 3 or 4 of them that I'm unclear on the pronunciation. Can you familiarize me with the pronunciation of these names? And I made little notes so that I didn't mispronounce these people's names. I don't understand why Gretzky wouldn't have gone to the people and said, okay, what is it I'm doing? And what am I going to be reading? And if they had said to him, well, you might have to read the name Curacao.
What did he call it? Caraco.
Caraco.
I've actually been to Caraco. It's right next to Boner. The Dutch Antilles, the ABC Islands, Aruba, Boner, and Caraco.
That's an F on geography, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you make of it? Like, do you think he wandered onto the stage?
Well, he wasn't prepared.
Yeah.
He said he was always prepared for a hockey game.
Yeah.
But I guess if you do a World Cup draw once in your life.
But he's done so many public appearances.
I know.
It was puzzling
Caraco,
to me. Yeah.
Macedonia for Macedonia, and for he called Jordan Jourdain. How do you get that wrong?
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe he likes macadamia nuts.
Maybe. Yeah.
Confuse the two. I don't know. And
Anyway, it made me laugh. And
Yeah.
of course, because he's
Yes.
friends with Trump, everybody
Yeah.
was all over. Look at him. He
Yeah,
told you he's an idiot.
yeah.
What an embarrassment to Canada.
Yeah, it ignited that crowd again,
Yeah.
which was really sad. I was sorry to see that. What? Speaking of hockey, may we have your expert hockey analysis? I know you watch every game. I don't in the early part of the year. They bore me to tears. But
Yeah.
Is it a goaltending issue?
The Canadians have a goaltending issue.
right.
Their goaltenders blow hot and cold. There's
Yeah.
no consistency. People who know more about hockey than I do say they also are defensively struggling.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I wanted to mention one more thing about the World Cup.
Wait a minute. That's your hockey analysis?
That's my expert hockey analysis.
The goaltenders blow.
goaltending and the goaltenders are inconsistent,
Okay.
and the defense is struggling a bit.
okay.
So Canada is in the World Cup.
Yeah.
Vancouver and Toronto are hosting
Yep.
World Cup matches. I didn't realize that Montreal dropped out because the city dropped out because the province wouldn't help with financing.
Yeah.
I guess that's it in a nutshell.
Yeah.
That's disappointing to me that Montreal
Yeah.
would not host World Cup matches.
I'm okay with it. It didn't bother me because I know the chaos that it brings.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to bring a shit ton of chaos to Toronto and Vancouver. And I know people were going out of their minds for tickets, but it's going to be like Nicaragua versus Lumadou.
But
You know,
did Lumadou qualify?
I'm not sure. Speaking of geography,
Canada's
student.
first match
Yes,
in Toronto could well be against Italy.
really.
It's going to be against one of three countries, and Italy is the favorite among those three countries. So I was getting my hair cut on the weekend, and Gino, my bartender, who's
Your bartender
my barber.
said the guy who's sober for 28
Yeah,
years.
really.
Yeah.
So Gino's Italian.
Yes.
And I said, he said, this is going to be amazing. Like Toronto's got the biggest Italian community in the country, and it could be Canada against Italy. And I said, well, who will the Canadian-born Italians be cheering for? And he looks at me, he goes, Italy. I said, really? Like even the Italians born in Canada will be cheering for Italy? And he goes, you're looking at one.
Yeah, it's a betrayal to the old country, I guess.
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah. He like it was a stupid question
Yeah.
of me to ask. Like he looked at me like,
What's wrong with you?
Yeah. We'll be cheering for Italy. Of course we will.
Well, the World Cup is having, I know friends of mine in Vancouver, my friend in Vancouver.
Quentin?
Yeah. And a couple of his kids are talking about, do they rent out their place? Because tickets are already going online for $10,000, $12,000, $13,000, $15,000. And people are already being gouged by the hotels for the time that the event is in the city. I don't know. I guess it's going to bring economic success to the cities, and I guess it'll be a flag waving whoop-de-doo. But
It's the biggest sporting event in the world.
it is. Yeah,
I think it might even be bigger than the Olympics at this point. You know that?
Yeah, I think so too. But a lot of people, Jess and I were talking about it last night again because we were watching soccer yesterday, and she was saying that a lot of people that come from around the world are in for some surprises. For example, you think that there's going to be a game in Boston, but it's where the Patriots play. That's not in Boston. You think you're going to see a game in New York, but it's in New Jersey.
Yeah.
You think you're going to see a game in Dallas, but it's actually in Arlington. It's that kind of thing that I think there's going to be a lot of surprises for a lot of people that come from around the planet.
Right.
Because that's where they come from, literally around the planet.
Yeah.
It's the biggest game in the world.
Yeah.
I think cricket fans may dispute that, but I think soccer is the biggest game.
Cricket?
Oh, yeah. Cricket is huge.
Really?
Yeah, huge. In Southeast Asia, it's massive. And Britain.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
But soccer's global.
Yeah, soccer is global, and a match doesn't last 7 days.
No.
When can we go home? What inning is this? I'm not sure about the cricket thing. But I think some of the matches last
Baseball
days
comes
on
from
end.
cricket, I believe.
I think so.
Yeah, it has its roots in cricket.
We're just getting some info from Mano, our producer. If you're watching on YouTube, he's put up a page about the FIFA World Cup. It says, among all sporting events, the World Cup stands as the one which draws the largest global audience. Each 4-year tournament draws billions of admirers through its competition involving 32 competing teams. The final competition of the 2018 World Cup in Russia between France and Croatia managed to grab 1.2 billion viewers worldwide, while the tournament as a whole reached an audience of 3.5 billion people. It was first held in 1930. And yes, I know it's Croatia, not Croatia. I was being funny. There you go. Okay. Would you go if it was in Montreal? Would you go?
If someone offered me tickets,
Right.
and easy access, and I didn't have to battle the crowds,
Right. Do you think that this is the thing I've been battling with lately? I don't like to leave my house anymore. Do you think that
Well,
that's...
I can't even get out of my car. So.
Do you think that's I don't want to use the word age.
Yes, it is an age
Is
thing.
it an age
100%,
thing, or is it just stage of life?
No. I think it's, well, I mean, your age is a stage of your life.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, when I was in my 20s, let's go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sign me up. I'm in.
Yeah, Jess and I were watching something last night where the premise of the show, they were at a club, with the loud music and the shots and the shooters and everything. And I said to Jess, I'd rather kill myself than do that today. Yeah. And we did that all the time when we were in our 20s and 30s and 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because you get to a point where it just, no, sir, not me.
Yeah, and I just, it's like Costco. Going to Costco, I have to brace myself.
Well, do what I do and get there before they open.
Yeah, but there's still people there.
Yeah, but not many. I got there the other day. The one in Point Claire, I've told you this before. They open. They're supposed to open at 9. Their official opening is 9, but they're usually open by 9:45 too. When they're ready, they open. Yeah. And one day I got in and out by 8:59, like I was out of there a minute before they opened. If you get there when the doors open, and now I'm only shopping for me, right? I'm not shopping for a whole family, but I can get in and out of there in 20 minutes like a Costco ninja.
Costco it's the world's biggest place, biggest collection, biggest corral of looking teeth. You know what I mean when I say looking teeth?
Yeah.
The people that stop in the middle of the aisle and their eyes are squinted and they've got their front teeth out looking over going, I think that's peanut butter. I wonder if I should.
That's not how I shop at Costco.
Well, no, nobody should shop that way.
I know exactly what I want and where it is, and that's why I can get out before they even open.
Yeah. And also, just if you need to do the looking teeth thing at the peanut butter, could you just push your cart to the side?
Yeah, please.
Instead of leaving it in the open aisle area?
Yeah. Move, bitch, get out the way.
I can't be alone in that. Have you started your Christmas shopping?
Oh, I just give money out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
They could just give money to the kids. There you go. Buy yourself something nice.
We were watching a show last night where the main character wrapped everything in tinfoil and threw it under the tree. I thought, I'm nearly there. You don't need Scotch tape when you use aluminum foil to wrap your kids.
Well, I'm also having a bit of a debate with myself about my kids are all, my kids are like, the youngest is 17, the eldest is 35. Yeah. Like, they know now there's no Santa.
Yeah.
Shh. How about we just get together? You know, do I have to buy you? But they're still, here's what I want for Christmas, Dad.
Yeah.
I haven't worked in 2 years, right?
I find that, for us anyway, what used to be a big family gathering and celebration has moved into a new chapter. And it's a chapter that the nieces and like my niece Kayla is a Christmas zealot. She loves Christmas.
This is Donna's daughter?
Donna's daughter,
Yeah.
Kayla, loves Christmas. And the tree goes up early in November and the Christmas carols, and she counts the days. Like in July, she'll say, only 6 more months, Uncle Terry.
So she organizes it all.
Yeah,
Well, that's
and-
good. Well,
yeah.
that's what I'd like to see with,
And she got that from our celebrations. My mom and dad made sure that Christmas was a big deal in our house, and it was a very big deal in our house well into my 50s.
Mm-hmm.
But mom and dad are now approaching their 90th birthday, so they don't have the energy for that anymore. And Kayla has inherited the celebration for her children. She's trying to pass the tradition down.
Yeah, well, that's what I'd like my kids to
Yeah.
do. You guys organize Christmas, invite me over and give me presents. Yeah. How about that?
Did you keep your Netflix, by the way?
No.
no.
No,
Okay.
I canceled Netflix because I got Prime because I wanted to watch SAS Rogue Heroes again.
Because Netflix has got football this Christmas.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, on Christmas Day they've got a couple of. Well, not that you won't be able to see football, but
No,
I just wondered if you had kept your thing.
You want to do the tweet sheet that we forgot to do last week?
I do. Somebody asked if we were going to do 2 tweet sheets this week.
No, but I do have
A bonus
tweet.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
So this was the funny I found on Twitter a couple of weeks ago, but we never got to last week. We'll start with from @oldfriend99. My dentist can do it all, from a simple cleaning to identifying my charred remains. It's a bit dark, but funny.
A little dark, but yep.
From @DankCharnley, my fedora has a chin strap, so it doesn't fly off while I do karate.
What a great visual.
Oi, that's my fedora has a chin strap, so it doesn't fly off while I do karate. Sorry.
Okay.
And this is a two-parter. This is where the bonus tweet comes in.
Alrighty.
The initial tweet from @KimmyMonty. By law, an alligator has to release his grip on you if you tell him you'll see him later. And then @MoFlowMojo responded, also, crocodiles if you'll see them in a while. Reptile law is quite clear on this point. Haley v. Comets, 1956. That's a very subtle but funny reference.
Yeah.
Bill Haley and the Comets in 1956 did the song "See You Later, Alligator." After a while, crocodile. Haley v. Comets.
I like the concept of reptile law. Did you see, speaking of reptiles, you see the video that went around the internet? I think it was last year, I think early in the year, of the man in Florida who, like, he didn't dive in. He walked into a pond to try and save his puppy that was being taken by an alligator.
No.
And he wrestled the puppy out of the alligator's mouth. They're crazy down there.
Do we know for a fact that it was real and not AI?
It was. Yeah, it was a little prior to AI.
Okay.
Every time I see the word crocodile, I think of that guy.
Yeah.
And I think he was probably one of those. He ain't taking my dog, God damn it! It's like one of those guys, you know,
Bubba.
Yeah, and I thought, wow,
probably not the first time he's wrestled a crocodile.
Probably not. Shall we mention some of the mail? We got a lot of mail again last week.
Yeah.
I like that as a sign that
It is a good sign.
that the people are enjoying the podcast, and I singled out a couple. I don't want to read them all because I find that is kind of boring in me reading letters. But I wanted to say thanks to Rick Yoon. I hope I'm pronouncing that properly, Rick.
Yeah, Rick is a fellow Giants fan.
Okay, he listens on his walks. He apparently walks with us every Wednesday, or we walk with him. Helen Rivard loves our laughing. She says she laughs because we're having a good time and loves the podcast. Thank you, Helen. Appreciate that. Claude Gagnon wanted me to ask you about the Giants kicker. Did they keep him, by the way?
As far as I know,
soon
because they don't have anybody else.
What's his name? Soon?
I don't know. He's Korean.
Yeah,
It's a Korean name that I can't pronounce.
Who tripped on the turf.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I think they're in cahoots with the Gamblers.
Yeah, well, there was a situation this past weekend where the Raiders kicked a field goal that was irrelevant on the last play of the game. They kicked a field goal that was irrelevant, but because they kicked it, they covered the point spread. And it was really fishy.
Yeah.
It was really fishy.
Yeah.
Dave Portnoy from, what's that big sports, Barstool Sports?
Yeah.
He went mental.
Yeah.
He said it has to be investigated.
Yeah.
He said it was criminal.
The kicker's name is Young Ho Koo.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mano. Mano
Yeah.
got that up for us.
I thought it was me suck bad.
There's so much gambling now, so much gambling advertising.
Yeah.
It's hard not to think of it. Last night, Jess and I were watching the Eagles and was it Rams or Chargers? Chargers, I think we were watching.
Yep.
And it was like Pop Warner football with the fumbling and the interceptions and the tripping and it was crazy. And the other thing that we've noticed a lot of this year, missed kicks. I don't know if it's in our heads, but it seems to me there's been a lot of missed kicks.
Yeah.
And because of the
pro sports is fully in bed
Yeah.
with the gambling
Yeah.
industry now.
Yeah.
Fully in bed. And I don't know if you saw this a few weeks ago, but a couple of Major League Baseball pitchers, I think they were both with the Cleveland Guardians. I believe they were arrested on gambling-related charges.
Yep.
Like they were accused of, and then they showed like some replays of these guys missing the plate, like not even coming close.
Yeah.
But the weird part was they got, I think the accusation against them was that they were paid $12,000. What $12,000 is nothing to these guys.
Yeah, no kidding.
So there's got to be something more to it. There's got to be an extortion angle to it as well, I would think.
And there's an addiction angle to it, I think,
Gambling,
because
yeah,
gambling
for sure,
is
with gambling,
a lot of people
yeah.
are addicted to gambling. Let's I wanted to mention a couple of more letters. This was titled "Longtime Listener, First Time Emailer." At the urge of writing you two, an email has been on my mind for a long time. So, long-time listener, first-time emailer. Nearing my fourth decade, I have you both in my ears. That's just natural. My parents were both avid Shom listeners. Mom followed you to Mix, Terry. Dad had you on during your CJAD stint. My morning routine always included your voices on the radio getting ready, all the way from school in elementary school, all the way to CJEP. I remember staying in my car to the very end of the show and crying the morning Terry left for Calgary. And I remember being so annoyed when I got back from a week's vacation to find out Ted had been let go at Shom. What the hell?
Yeah, I wrote back to him. I wasn't let go. That was the why don't you go fuck yourself.
Yeah, it was a good idea at the time. Yeah. Anyway.
That might have been the note that you saw.
Yes.
I think it was my response to him.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
Anyway, it comes from Samuel Moore. And Sam also told me the story of being on the air after the Police reunion concert. He went to his mom with that on that occasion, and we had him on the air the next day. Samuel, was a great letter.
Yeah, that was a nice note.
Really,
wasn't it?
really appreciate the. The people often think that I was going to say this to you, and I didn't think it would matter to you. I can't tell you what a compliment it is when people talk about school and elementary school and things that we did 30 years ago that still stays with you. I can't tell you what it means the world to us.
You know what? I want to say hi to the guy, and I should have stopped and got his name. I was crossing the street the other day when we were at the Toy Tea. I was walking across Sherbrooke Street, and the guy was coming the other way, and he went, "Hey, love your show."
Yeah.
And I said, "Thank you." And I should have got his name so I could give him a shout out by name. But if he listens or watches, he knows who he is, and that meant a lot to me that he would stop me in the street like that.
I'm having trouble explaining that to people. Like, they think I'm putting them on, but I'm not. When you tell me that, when you were 15, you were driving to school with your dad in the car and you remember something that we did, that's a huge compliment.
Yeah, and it's not like we're getting mobbed when we're out in public.
No,
and I have to
no,
explain
no.
that to people sometimes. On the celebrity food chain, local radio personality is just above rodeo clown and just below team mascot.
Yeah.
More people know who Youpie is. Than know who we are.
Yeah.
So we're grateful whenever we get any kind of compliment or recognition.
And I always tell people that we worked in a room by ourselves and we were doing stuff and driving home thinking, well, I sure hope they liked it.
Yeah.
And the only way we would find that out is with ratings. or aggravated bosses, or people saying, hey, I really loved what you did. Somebody sent me a note on my post yesterday about the time that I took over from George Balkan and how, what's the word I'm looking for? Doubtful she was that I could handle it. And then said it became quickly apparent to her that I was going to be fine and she enjoyed my time there.
Nice.
That means the world to me. That's really lovely.
So please, by all means, if you see us out in public, stop us and tell us how great we are.
Yeah, to that end, another letter we got this week from Caroline Walsh. Hi, Terry and Ted, longtime fan. Excuse me. Want to thank you both for doing the podcast. Your voices of my youth. Speaking of voices, I almost met you in person once, Terry. You were second or third row at a Melissa Etheridge concert, and I didn't recognize you, but the moment you started speaking to someone, I knew exactly who you were. Of course, you and Ted were the voices I listened to growing up. I almost said hello, and I was working up the courage. The show began, so the hello never happened. So hello to you now. Better late than never. Love you guys. I'm happy to have you accompanying me to work every Thursday. Cheers to you both, and happy holidays from Caroline Walsh. Nice note.
Very nice. Please
Please say hi when you see us. Here's another one. Hi, guys. I'm doing what I said I wasn't going to do, but I'm going to read this anyway. This is a note from Mike McKenna. Wanted to let you know how awesome it is to have you guys back on the airways. Born and raised mostly in Montreal, my family had a business there. You might remember McKenna Côte de Neige, and I do, Mike. That was my flower shop of choice when I was in my 30s and 40s and sending flowers. I grew up listening to you guys and brings back a lot of great memories. I've listened to all the episodes that are on Spotify, and I wanted to let you know you guys make me laugh so much. Your podcast is a must for me every week, and I love it. Please keep it up. Thanks for the show and movie suggestions. We've already watched a few of them. Mike McKenna. Mike, I do remember your family's business. Please say hi to the family. Pardon me, if they're still with us. And this one came from Naomi Wilson. So much fun to hear you together again after both listening to you both on Mix 96 and Shome. The chemistry between the two of you is very special. And she goes on to mention, she said hi to you at a meeting. She said, thank you for entertaining me over the years. I didn't want to interrupt your meeting as I know it's an important time. And she goes on to talk about her experience at those meetings. Terry, glad you're back in Quebec with your wife. Welcome home. Keep up the great work on the podcast, and I will continue to listen as I commute hither and yon in Montreal from Naomi Wilson. Thank you. Thanks for all the letters. Go to terryandtedpodcast.com, and that's where you will be able to send us an email. We read them all. We answer most of them. Some people have sent us letters every week, and I may have skipped a couple of those. You know, if you're a returning emailer, may not answer all of them. But
we do read them all.
We do read every
one.
single letter we get. The easiest way to do it is terryandtedpodcast.com. Go there. And
you'll see the email link.
Yeah, you'll see the email link. Thank you. Let's say hi to our friends at Accutech. I finally got to meet Trish.
Yeah.
They were going out the door at the Toy Tea, but I finally got to say hi to
Tom
Trish.
and Trish, at the invitation of Ginger Petty, came to the Toy Tea, and it was my first time meeting Trish as well. She's absolutely lovely. Second time that I've met Tom. What an interesting cat he is.
Yeah, he really is.
He's a master electrician who is a part-time philosopher as well.
Yeah, lovely guy.
Yeah, he's a really intelligent, well-read guy, and he got the tour of the venue, which, as we mentioned previously, is a very historic venue that had a devastating fire back in 1904. And Tom said that when he was in the room or the area where the fire started, he immediately went into work mode and went, wonder what the wiring was. Wonder if that was the issue. Yeah, he's never not working, Tom. He's never not thinking, and he's never not working. And it was a real pleasure to have them at the Toy Tea. Accutech Electric is a second-generation family-run business. Tom's dad was a master electrician who came from the other side of the Iron Curtain when the wall was still up. He defected by skiing across the Alps
Jeez.
Yeah, so the old man was like a spy and Tom's a philosopher. So very, very interesting family and very good at what they do, whether you need residential or commercial electrical service. They've got you covered, and they're also always looking to partner with other trades so they can be, as Tom says, the electrical brains on your construction project. You can find them online at accutech.ca.
You don't have to own a business, too, by the way. If you've got trouble at home, call them and go online and find them. And I would like to say thank you to Pierre. And I'm going to hold this up because if you're watching on YouTube, look at this fancy package of stuff I got from Robert Richer Jewelers. And I've been holding back because there's the stroopwafel at the bottom of the bag. Is yours gone already?
Are you kidding? It lasted about 11 minutes.
And are these the liquor chocolates?
Those are the liquor chocolates.
Okay.
Yeah, Pierre brings back the liquor chocolates for Terry and the non-liquor ones for me from his diamond buying trips to Antwerp. Because if I had 2 liquor chocolates, I'd wake up 3 days later in Mexico.
Just chocolates? Yep.
Well, they get the ball rolling. Yeah, I went there the other day and I picked that up on your behalf. And also, Carol from Robert Richer Jewelers gave us each a book by Paul Sicard, who is retired out in the Eastern Townships and was at the 1972 Summit Series, the famous hockey series in Moscow. And the book is a collection of photographs and illustrations and some write-ups about his experience at that famous milestone hockey event back in 1972. So, yeah, I went to Robert Richer Jewelers and I left with gifts. They gave me stuff.
Speaking of Christmas shopping, this is a good place to go. As we've said before, if you're looking for a high-end, big moment anniversary or special birthday gift, they can handle that. If you're looking for something for a graduation, they can handle that. If you need something simple and not exactly hugely spectacular, they've got that for you, too.
They've got all price points.
They really do.
All budgets.
Yeah, it's really a terrific spot, family-run business. And the address is?
309 Dorval Avenue in Dorval, right across the street from...
The Art Spots.
The Art Spots.
Yeah, plenty of free parking at the Art Spots.
Yeah.
Can I have your water, Ted?
Sure.
I'm struggling a little bit. I'm gonna pour some in my standing by coffee mug that we still don't have available.
No, eh?
What?
We should talk.
We're having
about
a meeting.
That.
We're
going to have a meeting over the holidays.
Yes,
with our executive producer.
Yes, we are
Jessica Dion de Monte.
We are going to. Well, by the way, if you're a regular listener, we are going to have a Christmas break this year.
When is that? I should pencil that in.
Pencil that in.
Yeah.
Next week, which will be the 17th of December,
right,
will be our last episode before the holidays.
Okay.
Then we'll be back on January.
First week of January?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Does that work?
Works
we
for
should
me.
we should have had a meeting about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we just do what Jessica tells us to do.
I forgot to say, Cameron the Piper. Was it Cameron?
Cameron Stevens.
Cameron Stevens, the Piper.
Yeah.
He said he went to Richer Jewelers to have his watch taken
That's
care of.
right. Yes, he told me that as well.
Forgot to mention
I saw Cameron at the Toy Tea, and then I saw him the next night because I was invited by Ginger again because she's the honorary lieutenant colonel of the Canadian Grenadier Guards. I was invited to their, I think it's called the Officers Mixed Dinner.
It's quite a swank affair, eh?
It's very swank. Yeah. They're Canada's, I didn't know this until the other night, they're Canada's oldest infantry regiment.
Wow.
And their armory is up on Esplanade. So I went there for dinner, and that was a very nice honor. So thank you to the officers of the Grenadier Guards. Alex Dion, Colonel Alex Dion is the commanding officer. He told me that you and I are invited to the change of command on April 18th. So mark that in your calendar.
All right. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Yeah, I saw the picture. It looked really nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
And by the way, the picture of me and Santa Claus, that was not Ted. Some people thought that was you in a Santa Claus suit. That was not Ted.
No.
That was me and Santa. I was sucking up. Let's be honest.
Yeah, the actual Santa. Did you ask him for a Big Jim Sports Camper?
I didn't.
Do you remember Big Jim Sports Camper?
I do remember Big Jim Sports Camper. Big Jim wasn't Big Jim Like G.I. Joe?
He was like G.I.
Yeah.
Joe, but he wasn't G.I. Joe.
Right.
Yeah, he was like civilian G.I. Joe.
Right.
Big Jim, sports camper.
Yeah.
He's the king of the road.
And
he helped unload.
back then, you didn't want anybody to know if you had a big Jim.
You didn't?
Well, you were playing with dolls, weren't
Yeah,
you?
but G.I. Joe was a doll, and I had no problem with letting people know I had G.I. Joe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess. It was a different era.
Yeah.
What can I tell you? Last week, I didn't get to talk about the things that I've been watching. Jess and I do consume a lot of television. As Ted and I were talking about earlier in this podcast, I don't like to leave the house.
I don't like to go to the mall.
Yeah.
There's teenagers.
People there. No, that's not true. I was out yesterday doing some things. I was at the Walmart this morning before we got here. Mm-hmm. It's a nice Walmart over here, close to Chabanel, where we record.
Marché Louette?
Yeah.
No, Marché Central.
Yeah, that's a nice Walmart. Anyway, so Jess and I love to, get on the couch, wrap ourselves up in a blanket, and enjoy things. And Jess, more than me, but almost just as much as me, are massive fans of the Stranger Things series on Netflix. We love Stranger Things, and the countdown was on in our house. And I know this is old news now because they put out, this is weird, they put out 4 episodes in November, and then there's going to be, I think it's 4 more episodes or 3 more episodes on Christmas Day. And then New Year's Eve is the finale, the end of the series.
Do you watch all 4 at once? Like one after the other?
Yeah, we binged
like
it.
me with a box of Mun cookies?
Yeah, we binged it, yeah. I can't say enough good things about Stranger Things, and I've seen a lot of shit online about, the kids are all old now and they look like I don't care about any of that. It's such amazing writing, such amazing acting, and it's science fiction, which normally I don't like, but Jess held my hand through the beginning of the series, and we watched the beginning, and I can't say enough good things about it. It's on Netflix. I'm talking through my ass because the whole world knew about Stranger Things. So in case you're wondering, if you've heard about it and haven't watched it, I highly recommend
My
it.
Netflix doesn't expire till December 21st. Maybe I should have a look because I've never watched it, but it just doesn't look like something.
Yeah, that's what I thought, Ted.
Yeah.
I thought, monsters, ooga boogoo. I don't want any of that nonsense. But it's really, really good. And especially from the beginning, it takes place in the 1980s. Mm-hmm. So there are a lot of 80s references and stuff. Really, really
That
accurate.
were relatable?
Yeah, really, really good. Really, really liked it a lot.
Monsters, ooga booga.
Well, and there are monsters and ooga boogoo, but it's just the way they've weaved the story is really quite something.
So it's well done.
Oh, it's extremely well done. I'm watching the Beatles anthology again. It's been remixed, redone.
Is that the Peter?
No. The Peter Jackson thing was a different documentary. Okay. Peter Jackson's had his hand in this, I think. But it's the story of the Beatles that was released in the 90s, but they polished it up, and it's really, really good. Beatles Anthology, I think it's on Disney+. And I can't say enough good things about this documentary called The Stringer. Do you remember the picture of the naked girl running away from the napalm in Vietnam?
Yes, remember it well.
That is one of the most iconic pictures of the 20th century. And there is now questions being asked about who took that picture and who got credit for that picture. And it becomes apparent watching this documentary that the man who has been credited and won many prizes for that picture is not the guy that took the picture. And there's an Australian journalist who went after this story like a dog with a bone. And this is such a good documentary about such an iconic picture. I can't recommend this enough. If you love history and you love journalism and you care about journalism and why it's important, this is a great, great documentary that I think is flying under the radar. It's called The Stringer.
Wow. That's, I wonder how, if that's a lie, how do you sustain it for decades on end?
Don't know. Interesting.
And if you're the guy who's accepting all the rewards and it's not your picture.
Interestingly enough, he declined to participate.
Oh.
That's all I was going to say that's all I needed to know, but you really need to see that.
Yeah, that doesn't really pass the sniff test, does it?
Yeah, if you like history and you like the stories behind the history of such iconic things like that picture, because when I describe that picture, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. And the last thing I'm going to mention, I can't recommend it because I haven't seen it, but I watched the trailer and I cannot wait because I love behind the scenes shit. I love stuff that goes behind the scenes. There's a documentary coming out on John Elway on December the 21st on Netflix. John Elway is, well, he's a Hall of Fame
NFL quarterback.
Yeah. And a household word in the state of Colorado.
Yeah.
He's like King Elway in Colorado.
Yeah.
And the story of his drafting and his very tough start at the beginning and the story of his success in Colorado post-football looks amazing. And it's coming out on Netflix December the 21st. If you're a football fan, I think you're going to like it. It's the same kind of vibe I got over the Dallas Cowboys Jerry Jones documentary. Really, really, really good. But I'm a big football fan, so maybe it's just me.
No, well, again, even if it's something you're not interested in, if it's well done, they make it interesting.
Yeah, and they're, like I say, I like to recommend things that we've been watching and we've been getting a kick out of, and that's my list. You don't have to. I'm just telling you what's going on, what's happening in the house with me and Jess.
I don't have to. You can't make me.
No, not trying to make you watch it. I'm just saying, if you like the Ooga Booga, you should watch Stranger Things. Yeah. I guess that's it. Are we done?
I think so.
That went awfully fast. Was it shit? Did we do a good job? I never know. I always drive home going,
yeah, but then you'll listen to it tomorrow and you'll go, okay, it wasn't so bad.
I think it was 2 weeks ago. I couldn't listen to it. I shut it off.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, my God, I suck. And I shut it off.
You're too hard on yourself.
I am. And
2 weeks ago, we had a lot of laughs.
I'm 68 years old. I've been doing this for 1,000 years. What's the matter with me?
I don't know. Typical performer insecurity,
Maybe
guess.
I should see a sister see you, Chris.
Maybe.
Eh? Let's do the checklist. The checklist.
Let's do what we're told by
Here we
Jessica Dion DeMonte, our executive producer.
Mention the website.
TerryandTedPodcast.com. You'll see a little crawler across the top that says, click here to watch and subscribe. Please click there and watch and subscribe. It helps us.
I haven't looked at our subscriber list, but people have been subscribing, and we're deeply grateful to you. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, we're 577.
Nice.
Not Joe Rogan numbers, as we like to say. But
not bad for a local podcast.
Yeah. Do you know they have the Globes? Is it the Globes?
The Golden Globes?
Thank you. The Golden Globes have added a podcast award this year.
I saw that the other night.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not nominated.
No.
I think it's everybody's talking about the fact Joe Rogan didn't get nominated because he's too political, apparently.
Yeah. Well, some of the ones that you watch and listen to got nominated.
Yeah.
Smartless got nominated.
Yeah.
Amy Poehler's podcast, whatever that is.
Yeah.
got nominated.
Good Hang, it's called.
Yeah. Dax Shepard.
Yeah.
Who I listened to one of his podcasts and I had to turn it off.
Why?
Me, I, me.
Yeah. He's got some. That's the thing with these.
But he gets great guests.
That's the thing with these big podcasts. I listened to his Bradley Cooper interview.
Yeah.
He just has to call Bradley Cooper because they're friends.
Yeah.
So
But when you've got Bradley Cooper or Brad Pitt on your podcast, shut up.
Yeah.
And
get out of the way.
Exactly. Yeah. Let them go.
Yeah.
Because that's who I'm listening for. Not listening for you.
No. I'm going to mention, Patty mentioned this to me. Patty and I fell on this podcast kind of around the same time. And I thought, I'm not listening to this. Why would I listen to this? David Duchovny. You know David Duchovny, the actor?
Yeah, from The X-Files.
Yeah, he's got a podcast. I don't know the title of it. I don't have it in front of me right now. I'll find it. No, Mano will find it. It's really good.
Yeah.
He's really, really bright, like Princeton educated. I didn't know David Duchovny had that kind of background. He's an Ivy League school grad, very insightful, and he's got some great guests. They have some great great conversations. He had a really candid conversation with his co-star from the X-Files. And when they were on the X-Files together, they didn't talk to each other. And years later, he said, why don't you come on the podcast? And it was a fascinating conversation. And
Interestingly, some of the professional broadcasters who have successful podcasts have gone a little cuckoo pants.
I think that's the medical term.
Yeah. Like Tucker Carlson.
Oh, yeah.
Cuckoo pants.
Yeah, what happened there?
I'm not sure. A lot of people think he's been bought off by Qatar.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that someone wrote him an 8 or 9 or 10 figure check and said, you're going to talk about this now.
How much money do you need, though?
I don't know.
He was already a wealthy man, if that's the case.
Yeah, Piers Morgan. I don't know if you ever listened to his podcast.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of people yelling at each other. And he was at one point, I believe, a very credible British journalist.
Yeah.
Candace Owens, crazy as a shithouse rat.
Well, she's just a performer.
Yeah.
I don't believe any shit. I've never listened to her. I never would. I think she's crazier than a shithouse rat.
Yeah, she is.
And I think she does what she does for attention.
For sure.
I don't believe anything.
For attention and clicks.
Yeah, I don't believe anything
and money.
coming out of her
But
mouth.
increasingly, people who were not traditionally broadcasters are the ones with the most interesting and successful podcasts, while the traditional broadcasters they're off the reservation.
But we're traditional.
Yeah, but we're not cuckoo pants. I would like to think we're not cuckoo pants. But we're also not playing at that level.
No. David Duchovny's podcast is called Fail Better. Mm-hmm. Not a great title.
No.
Not a great title. Another podcast I'd like to recommend is Julia Louis-Dreyfus. I think she should have got nominated. She does a podcast called Wiser Than Me. And like us, she decided to choose a niche. And what she does is she has people, older women who are farther along the path than she is, and she interviews them. So
nice.
Carol Burnett, people that have traveled.
People with a lifetime of experience and wisdom to draw from.
Thus the name Wiser Than Me with Julia. That's
a great idea.
Yeah, very, very good idea. Very, very good podcast. And, we do our little standing by thing.
Yep. Stand by.
Okay, I got off the path there. So we mentioned TerryandTedPodcast.com. We asked you to subscribe to the Standing By YouTube channel and the podcast. And by the way, if you leave a review, apparently it means the world to us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, because it helps us and it helps other people discover. It does
something with the algorithm, I think, that exposes the podcast to more people.
Yes. And you can follow us on Facebook, which seems to be where most of our audience is.
Yeah. We get good traction on Instagram quite often as well.
Yes.
X, forget it.
Yes.
We get tens of views when we post something on X.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We don't know what happened there. We stay there because we have some followers there, but nobody ever sees our stuff. But Facebook, we get a lot of reaction there. Mm-hmm. And you can also follow, like Ted's got a personal page, and I have a personal page. Go to Ted's personal page to have a look at the CJAD post. It was a dandy. Thank you, Ted.
You're welcome.
That was very kind of you. And you can also follow us on Instagram. And we know nobody's looking at it, but we put our promos up on TikTok if you want. So.
Some of them I think we've got like 25 followers on TikTok, like literally 25 followers. But I looked yesterday. You post some of our clips, and some of them get a few hundred views.
Yeah, I figure, why not?
Yeah.
People are there.
It all adds up in the end.
Yeah, it all adds up in the end. And it all helps us. We post clips from the podcast and, things that are on our mind, so you can follow along there. All right, that's it, I think.
Yep.
We're wrapping it up. Our thanks to Menno, our in-house producer, and a huge thank you and love and warmth to my wife, Jess, who is the executive producer of the Standing By podcast.
You can open those chocolates?
I sure am.
I could have just one.
I don't think so.
No, just one.
I don't think so.
Famous last words.
You called your barber just your one. Bartender. Yeah. Famous last words. Yeah. I'll just have one.
I'll just have one.
A million thank yous for downloading the podcast. We really do appreciate it. We'll read your mail and we'll see you next week.
Standing By. The Terry and Ted podcast is hosted by Terry DeMonte and Ted Bird and is brought to you by the UPS Store Canada. The executive producer of Standing By is Jessica Dion.